Hello friends! The sky on October 5th feels alive with hidden geometry, every planet humming with intention, every number whispering a code. Today isn't just another day, it's a convergence of traditions. The Western constellations shine brightly, the ancient Druids lend us the wisdom of the forest, the Vedas unfold their cosmic cycles, flowers offer fragrance of fate, stones hum with memory, and numbers etch patterns on our path. Let's see what this day has in store for each zodiac sign. After watching, if you'd like to support the channel, click the Thanks button right under this video or use the donation alerts link in the description. Your support really helps me keep creating. And of course, if you enjoy the content, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks so much for being here. Now let's continue. Aries, March 21st to April 19th. Western astrology. Mars fuels your restless fire today, Aries, and that signature intensity of yours feels impossible to contain. Yet instead of being scattered, the moon's balancing influence lends you a rare opportunity to take all that raw, buzzing energy and direct it into something creative, something constructive, something that doesn't just release steam but actually builds momentum for the weeks ahead. At work, you might feel a sudden flash of inspiration that could change the way you approach a project or spark a daring new idea others wouldn't dream of attempting. This is not the kind of day for small, timid steps. It's about courageous action that shows you who you are. If you've been hesitating to launch a proposal, pitch an idea, or even sign up for a course that excites you, this is your cosmic green light. In relationships, humor will be your saving grace. Your fiery temperament can sometimes ignite arguments, but today laughter truly becomes medicine. A silly joke, a playful tease, or a light-hearted story might melt away walls of tension that have quietly built up. Use your wit, not your temper, and you'll see connections deepen instead of fray. Financially, this is a time to resist impulse spending. Mars wants you to move fast, but the moon whispers patience. Wait a few days before making purchases or investments, and you'll see the full picture more clearly. Druid horoscope. Your tree is the maple, Aries, a symbol of independence, energy, and the beauty of change. Today, the maple calls you to reflect on your own adaptability. Like its leaves, which shift color with the seasons, you too have the ability to transform and adjust. But there's also a warning here: not every shift requires your immediate action. The Druidic maple energy encourages patience and discernment. When a branch of your life feels heavy, your instinct might be to cut it away quickly, to sever ties or make drastic choices. But the maple advises you to pause, to consider whether the situation simply needs time to grow in a different direction. The message is clear. Sometimes the most powerful action is waiting, observing, and trusting the natural cycles that surround you. Vedic horoscope. The influence of Ashwini Nakshatra shines on you today, Aries, and its energy is one of healing, beginnings, and vitality. Ashwini, represented by the twin horsemen, is about speed, recovery, and fresh starts. You might feel a sudden pull toward taking better care of your body, booking a long-delayed appointment, or experimenting with new wellness routines. Small steps count here: drinking more water, walking in nature, breathing deeply before rushing into your day. Ashwini supports all forms of new beginnings, whether they are physical, spiritual, or emotional. This nakshatra is associated with healers, so don't be surprised if someone offers advice or guidance that touches you in unexpected ways. Accept it. It might be the gentle nudge you've needed to restore balance. Flower horoscope. Your flower is the honeysuckle, and just like the sweet fragrance that attracts bees and hummingbirds from afar, you radiate a magnetic aura today. People notice you even when you don't try, and you may find yourself receiving compliments, attention, or even admiration you didn't expect. Honeysuckle is about allure, charm, and effortless attraction. But remember, attraction isn't only about romance. It can also be about opportunities flowing toward you because others sense your energy and want to connect. Carry yourself with confidence, because your natural magnetism will open doors that ambition alone cannot. Stone horoscope. Carnelian pulses with you today, Aries, like a steady heartbeat of courage and creativity. This fiery orange stone is your ally in moments where you might otherwise doubt yourself. If you find yourself walking into an important conversation, a group meeting, or even a new social situation, visualize carnelian at your side, reminding you to speak clearly, to stand tall, and to embrace visibility. It boosts not only confidence but also passion, fueling your ability to finish what you start. It's a grounding reminder that your energy is best when focused. Numerology. October 5th reduces to the number 5, a vibration of freedom, adventure, and unexpected turns. For Aries, this is a match made in cosmic fire, but there's also a catch. The number 5 can scatter energy if you're not careful, pulling you into distractions and impulses that feel exciting but don't last. This is why double-checking details is essential today. Before you leap into new commitments, pause. Adventure and spontaneity are gifts of the moment, but the difference between an adventure and a mistake is often a single extra thought. When you combine your natural daring with mindful choices, you don't just move forward, you leap forward with purpose. Taurus, April 20th to May 20th. Western astrology. Venus, your ruling planet, smooths the edges of this day for you, Taurus, urging you toward beauty, comfort, and pleasures that nourish your senses. The energy at work feels calm, like a stream that runs steady rather than rushing wildly. You might notice that projects begin to stabilize, problems suddenly look more manageable, and conversations that felt tense yesterday ease into cooperation today. This is a day when your natural patience pays off. But there's a shadow here. Your stubborn streak could flare if negotiations push against your expectations. Flexibility will bring more success than hard lines right now. In matters of the heart, warmth flows from family and loved ones. Small gestures of connection, a phone call, a shared meal, even a few heartfelt words, will deepen bonds. Allow people to see your softer side, because your strength often hides your vulnerability. Financially, it's a day of steady gains rather than risks. Think long-term investments, not quick wins. Druid horoscope. The walnut tree blesses you with resilience, Taurus. Strong, grounded, and deeply rooted, you embody its stability. But today, the walnut also offers a gentle warning. Don't let resilience turn into rigidity. The strongest trees don't resist the wind, they sway with it. If you hold too tightly to one idea, one method, or one expectation, you may find yourself exhausted by resistance. Instead, allow a little bend, a little flow, and life will surprise you with harmony. The walnut tree also carries wisdom and fertility, reminding you that patience nurtures growth far better than haste. Vedic horoscope. Rohini Nakshatra's influence shines brightly today, and it is one of the most auspicious placements for Taurus. Rohini is ruled by the moon and is tied to fertility, beauty, and material abundance. You may feel drawn to create something, whether it's a meal, a piece of art, or even a new vision for your future. This is a wonderful day to surround yourself with color, fragrance, and taste. You are more sensitive to beauty now, and beauty in turn feeds your spirit. On a deeper level, Rohini emphasizes security. Ask yourself, what truly makes you feel safe and nurtured? This is the day to align your daily actions with that deeper need for stability and comfort. Flower horoscope. Your flower is the rose, timeless, layered, and rich with meaning. Today, the rose reminds you that even as you give love freely, you must not forget your own boundaries. Roses are admired for their beauty, but they are protected by thorns, a natural reminder that love without self-respect can wound. If someone tests your limits today, stand firm, but do so gracefully, with the same quiet dignity that the rose carries. The balance between softness and strength is your lesson. Stone horoscope. Emerald resonates with you today, amplifying communication and loyalty. This stone is tied to Venus, just like you, and it sharpens your ability to express yourself clearly in relationships, friendships, and work. If you've been hesitant to speak about your needs or feelings, Emerald's energy helps you voice them without fear of rejection. It's also a talisman of loyalty. Today is an excellent day to strengthen commitments, to reassure someone close to you, or to affirm your own dedication to long-term goals. Numerology. The number 5 shakes up your routines today, Taurus, nudging you out of the comfort zone that you often prefer. But this isn't disruption for its own sake, it's growth disguised as novelty. Trying a new recipe, starting a different book, taking a new route, or even rearranging your home can awaken fresh inspiration. Don't underestimate the small shifts. They spark bigger realizations about how flexible and adaptable you really are. When you embrace change in small doses, you discover that it enhances, rather than threatens, your sense of stability. Gemini, May 21st to June 20th. Western astrology. Mercury, your ruling planet, spins quickly across the heavens, infusing your day with restless curiosity and 1,000 threads of possibility pulling at your mind. The air feels charged with words, ideas, and questions that won't leave you alone until you follow them. Expect conversations that don't just skim the surface but surprise you with depth, the kind where a casual exchange suddenly veers into life-changing territory. Professionally, you may discover new information or insights that demand you pivot, a hidden piece of data, a quiet comment from a colleague, or a subtle sign that what you thought was a dead end may actually be a fresh beginning. This is not the day for rigid plans, it's the day for adaptability, for letting Mercury's winds carry you where clarity is waiting. In relationships, honesty shines like a magnet. Say what you mean, Gemini, because your words carry unusual power right now. You might find that opening up about your feelings or thoughts brings you closer to someone who has been waiting for your candor. Transparency doesn't make you vulnerable today, it makes you luminous. Druid horoscope. The fig tree governs your Druidic horoscope, and it is a symbol of hidden knowledge, intuition, and quiet abundance. Today, you are invited to trust your deeper knowing, to sense the truth behind the words you hear and the expressions you see. The fig tree whispers to you that not everything needs to be spoken aloud for you to understand it. Sometimes, the silence between words says more than the words themselves. Trusting your gut instinct will serve you well today, especially in moments when logic feels thin or facts feel incomplete. You are able to sense subtleties that others overlook, almost like reading the invisible script that runs beneath reality. The fig tree also teaches patience. Figs ripen slowly and sweetly, reminding you that wisdom isn't rushed but cultivated over time. If you're tempted to make quick assumptions, step back. Let the situation reveal itself gradually, and you'll taste its truth fully. Vedic horoscope. Ardra Nakshatra influences your sign today, and its energy is sharp, stormy, and truth-seeking. Ardra is often compared to a cleansing rainstorm, intense, sometimes chaotic, but ultimately clearing away the fog. Under its sway, you may feel driven to peel back the illusions around you, to ask questions others are too afraid to ask, to face answers that aren't always comfortable. This nakshatra demands honesty, not the polished kind, but the raw and direct kind that can sting before it heals. Gossip will tempt you, as it often does when Mercury hums loudly, but Ardra warns that gossip muddies rather than clarifies. Instead, seek direct conversations, and when you hear the truth, even if it's not what you wanted, hold it with acceptance. Ardra doesn't break you, it rebuilds you stronger, clearer, and more aligned with reality. Flower horoscope. Lavender is your flower today, a calming force in your otherwise buzzing energy. Imagine walking into a space filled with its soft fragrance, the air instantly gentler, the chaos of your thoughts slowing into rhythm. Lavender is not about muting your curiosity, Gemini, but about grounding it so it doesn't spiral into anxiety. Carry something lavender-colored, place a sprig on your desk, or simply visualize its hue surrounding you like a soft aura. The flower's message is simple. Calm doesn't dim your brilliance, it focuses it. In stillness, your mind becomes not scattered, but sharp. Stone horoscope. Agate is your stone today, the perfect companion for a Gemini whose mind often runs faster than the moment can hold. Agate is steady, layered, grounding, and it whispers balance into the quicksilver rush of your thoughts. Holding or wearing agate helps you anchor your restless energy into something constructive, reminding you not to overthink or let every possibility spin into worry. Its layered bands mirror your own complexity, teaching you that you can hold contradictions, curiosity and calm, movement and stillness, restlessness and clarity, without conflict. When you feel yourself pulled in 10 directions at once, agate steadies your hand and heart. Numerology. The number 5 vibrates through today, and for you, Gemini, this is like a mirror of your own soul. Freedom, variety, unpredictability, exploration, all the things you crave pulse strongly now. You'll feel pulled to say yes to spontaneous outings, unexpected chats, or unusual opportunities, and you should. But remember, the number 5 is about more than chasing novelty. It's about embracing change as a path to growth. That sudden conversation might alter how you see yourself. That random invitation could lead to an entirely new friendship or idea. Let variety enrich you, but don't spread yourself so thin that you miss the deeper treasures hidden within. The day asks, how can you turn freedom into discovery and discovery into wisdom? Cancer, June 21st to July 22nd. Western astrology. The moon, your gentle ruler, glows in harmony with Neptune today, and the effect is like a veil of intuition draped softly across your world. Everything feels heightened: dreams, emotions, the subtle signals others send without speaking. If you paid attention to your dreams last night, know that they may hold clues, metaphors, or even direct guidance about choices you're facing now. At work, logic has its place, but today instinct is stronger. That quiet feeling in your stomach, that inner tug toward one path over another, trust it. It won't lead you astray. In love, words become less necessary. Shared silences, tender glances, the comfort of sitting together without filling the air, these will carry more meaning than long conversations. Your emotional presence is magnetic, and when you lean into it, relationships flourish. Financially, this is not a day for daring leaps, but for listening. Where do you feel secure, and where do you feel exposed? Let intuition guide your next step. Druid horoscope. The birch tree belongs to you today, a symbol of new beginnings, purity, and gentle strength. The birch is one of the first trees to awaken after winter, its pale bark glowing as a promise of renewal. In the Druidic tradition, it speaks of fresh starts, not necessarily grand, dramatic ones, but small, steady beginnings that carry long-lasting results. Today, the birch invites you to see the potential for renewal in your life. It could be as simple as rearranging your space, setting a fresh intention, or speaking one kind word to someone you've drifted from. The birch whispers, new beginnings aren't just about where you're going, but about who you are choosing to become. Vedic horoscope. Pushya Nakshatra blesses you today, Cancer, and its energy is nurturing, protective, and profoundly maternal. It emphasizes giving and receiving care, both in small acts and in deeper bonds. This is a day to cook a meal for someone, to care for a child or an elder, or to simply reach out with warmth to a friend in need. Pushya reminds you that your compassion heals more than you realize, not only for others but for yourself. By offering kindness, you restore your own sense of purpose and connection. Spiritually, this nakshatra encourages devotion. A short meditation, prayer, or moment of gratitude today will amplify your inner peace. Flower horoscope. The white lily blooms for you today, a symbol of purity, renewal, and peace. Its white petals remind you of simplicity, of stripping away the unnecessary clutter, both physical and emotional, so that clarity can shine through. The white lily asks you to look at your emotional life and see what has become tangled, heavy, or overgrown. You don't need to fix it all at once. Simply start clearing space, like opening a window to let in fresh air. The reward will be serenity, an emotional freshness that allows love and creativity to flow more freely. Stone horoscope. Moonstone aligns perfectly with your sign, but especially so today. It amplifies empathy, psychic awareness, and the ability to tune into energies others can't see. When you hold or wear moonstone, you may notice your intuition sharpening, your emotional responses becoming not heavier but clearer, like water that has been filtered until it runs crystal pure. Moonstone also helps balance your natural sensitivity, so instead of being overwhelmed by feelings, you flow with them gracefully. It's a reminder that your emotions are not weaknesses. They're a gift, a radar system guiding you toward truth. Numerology. The energy of the number 5 resonates with change, and for you, Cancer, this doesn't mean chaos but perspective. Change knocks softly on your door today, asking you to see an old emotional story differently. Perhaps you've held onto a memory, a resentment, or a fear for too long, and today you glimpse it from another angle. That shift in perspective is the beginning of healing. The number 5 invites you to embrace flexibility, to accept that transformation doesn't always come from external events, but often from the way you choose to interpret them. A change of view becomes a change of heart, and a change of heart can rewrite the entire story of your future. Leo, July 23 to August 22. Western Astrology. The Sun, your ruling planet, radiates with full strength today, casting its golden glow directly over your house of ambition. This energy feels like a spotlight, one that amplifies every effort you've been making and makes it harder for others not to notice you. Recognition is possible now, whether it's a supervisor acknowledging your talent, peers admiring your drive, or loved ones appreciating what you've accomplished in quieter ways. Yet, as much as the sun illuminates, it can also burn if not tempered. The temptation to lean too heavily into pride or to expect admiration as a given may trip you up. Avoid arrogance, for true greatness requires grace. Professionally, this is the moment to showcase your creativity, leadership, and courage. Even if you don't receive overt applause, trust that seeds planted now will bear fruit. In your love life, sparks fly with passion that carries a playful edge. Whether you're single or partnered, humor and warmth fuel intimacy, turning attraction into laughter-filled connection. Let yourself revel in joy, but remember, relationships thrive when both sides shine, not only when your spotlight beams brightest. Financially, bold moves may beckon, but caution whispers. Invest only in what aligns with your deeper ambitions, not just fleeting impulses. Druid Horoscope. The oak tree represents strength, endurance, and the wisdom of centuries, and today its essence flows into your energy. In Druidic tradition, the oak is a sacred guardian, towering and steadfast, a protector that gives shelter while standing unyielding against storms. This is the lesson for you, Leo. Strength isn't about dominating others or bending situations to your will. It's about using your power to protect, uplift, and sustain. The oak encourages you to become a pillar of support, whether for your family, your community, or even colleagues who need steadiness today. People will look to you instinctively, sensing your ability to anchor them when emotions or circumstances swirl unpredictably. The oak also whispers a quieter wisdom. True power isn't in being the loudest or the most commanding but in being unshakable, a presence that reassures simply by being there. Vedic Horoscope. Maja Nakshatra influences you now, amplifying the regal aura you naturally carry. Maja, connected to ancestral energy and divine authority, calls forth the royal qualities within you. But royalty, in the Vedic sense, isn't about crowns or domination. It's about responsibility, lineage, and the ability to serve with dignity. Today, you may feel more conscious of the roles you play in your family, workplace, or friendships. You hold influence, Leo, but Maja asks, how do you use it? True kings and queens uplift others, not just themselves. This nakshatra urges you to honor tradition, acknowledge the wisdom of those who came before, and remember that your light is strongest when it illuminates the path for others as well as yourself. If conflicts arise, lead with fairness, not force. Your ability to inspire loyalty depends on the respect you give, not only the respect you receive. Flower Horoscope. The sunflower is your flower, bold, golden, and ever turning toward the light. Its symbolism today resonates deeply with your fiery nature. Just as sunflowers align themselves with the sun, you're invited to keep your face toward positivity, hope, and purpose. No matter the shadows around you, your spirit grows strongest when it chooses light over darkness, resilience over despair. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges, but facing them with optimism that inspires others. Imagine yourself as a sunflower in a field. Others instinctively look toward you, drawn by your vibrancy. Your presence today carries this same quality. You naturally lift others when you choose joy, making you both a beacon and a mirror of light. Stone Horoscope. Tiger's Eye is the stone that anchors you today, Leo. Known for its shimmering golden brown surface, it reflects both confidence and groundedness, qualities you need in equal measure now. As much as you radiate natural charisma, envy from others can occasionally surface, whether spoken or hidden. Tiger's eye shields you from negativity while reinforcing your ability to stay balanced. It reminds you that confidence is most powerful when it rests on humility, not ego. Carry it as a talisman if you're entering competitive spaces or moments where eyes will be on you. Beyond protection, Tiger's eye enhances discernment, helping you see situations clearly and act wisely rather than react impulsively. Numerology. With 5 in the air, the day vibrates with the energy of surprise, freedom, and adaptability. For you, Leo, this could manifest as an unexpected opportunity that challenges you to be flexible. Perhaps a new project opens suddenly, a chance meeting leads to unexpected collaboration, or a shift in plans redirects your focus to something more rewarding than you anticipated. Normally, you prefer to set the tone and control the stage, but today the number 5 teaches that adaptability is not weakness, it's an extension of charisma. When you flow with sudden changes instead of resisting them, you transform unpredictability into a platform for your brilliance. Stay open, and what surprises you today may also elevate you. Virgo, August 23rd to September 22nd. Western astrology. Mercury, your ruler, sharpens your intellect today, making every detail pop into focus. Your mind feels quick, analytical, and able to spot patterns or errors others overlook. At work, this gift ensures you shine, details align, research uncovers breakthroughs, and your ability to organize chaos impresses those around you. But the shadow side of Mercury's precision is also present: overcriticism. You may find yourself nitpicking, not just others' work but even your own, holding impossibly high standards that sap joy. The cosmos asks you to temper this perfectionism. Productivity thrives when you balance accuracy with kindness. In relationships, love prospers when you release the need to polish every flaw or fix every imperfection. Perfection is not what makes intimacy beautiful, acceptance does. Trust that your partner, friend, or family member feels your devotion even when things are less than flawless. Financially, be cautious of overanalyzing every penny. Sometimes intuition and common sense suffice where endless calculations overwhelm. Druid horoscope. The hazelnut tree symbolizes wisdom, knowledge, and insight, and it reigns in your Druid horoscope today. The Celts believed the hazel tree was sacred, connected to inspiration and the ability to see truth clearly. Today, this influence invites you into deeper learning and reflection. It's an ideal time for study, research, or teaching, any activity that allows your sharp mind to stretch and share its brilliance. The hazelnut tree reminds you that wisdom is not only about accumulating facts but about knowing when and how to use them. You might discover that a single thoughtful word to someone else has more impact than a whole book of knowledge kept to yourself. The tree's message for you: wisdom gains power when it flows outward, not when it sits in silence. Vedic horoscope. Asta Nakshatra, linked with dexterity and practical skill, blesses you today. It's a nakshatra of hands, of creation, of turning thought into tangible form. You may feel pulled toward activities that involve building, crafting, cooking, repairing, anything where your careful hands can bring order and beauty into being. This is also an excellent day for completing tasks you've put off, as Asta's energy brings patience and skill to even mundane chores. Spiritually, this nakshatra asks you to honor the sacredness of your work. Every action, no matter how small, carries weight. When you treat your efforts as offerings rather than burdens, you infuse them with purpose. Flower horoscope. The chrysanthemum blooms in your chart today, a symbol of resilience, dignity, and steadfast beauty. Known to endure late into the autumn, it represents your ability to thrive even when conditions are not ideal. The chrysanthemum tells you that strength doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like quiet perseverance, like maintaining grace under pressure. Today, this flower encourages you to walk with dignity in every circumstance, not shrinking under criticism or pressure but standing rooted in your worth. Its petals, layered and intricate, mirror your own complexity, reminding you that your value is built from many layers, not just perfection, but persistence, kindness, and intelligence woven together. Stone horoscope. Sapphire is your guiding stone today, Virgo, a gem tied to clarity, truth, and integrity. Its deep blue brilliance clears mental fog and brings focus, allowing you to think clearly without spiraling into overanalysis. Sapphire also resonates with honesty, strengthening your ability to communicate authentically in relationships and at work. It reminds you that integrity is not about being flawless but about being consistent and true to your values. If you feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of thoughts or tasks today, meditate briefly with Sapphire or visualize its cool blue light calming your mind. Its clarity will help you prioritize what matters most and release the rest. Numerology. The 5 energy dances around you today, urging you to step out of routine and let spontaneity in. For Virgo, whose comfort often lies in schedules and structure, this may feel unsettling, but it is precisely what will bring joy. Try loosening your carefully crafted agenda and leaving room for surprise. Maybe say yes to an invitation you didn't plan for, explore a new place, or let yourself rest when you would usually push through. The number 5 encourages freedom, reminding you that life doesn't lose meaning when it breaks from routine, it gains color. Today's joy is hidden not in perfection but in the unexpected. Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd. Western Astrology. Venus, your graceful ruler, blesses you today with a natural charm that seems to soften every edge you encounter. The way you move through conversations, the way your presence shifts the tone of a room, it all feels effortless, almost as if you've been wrapped in a cloak of light. Negotiations, whether in business, personal projects, or even casual exchanges, flow easily now. People are more inclined to say yes to you, more willing to meet you halfway, and more eager to believe in your vision. Professionally, this can help you advance plans or smooth over conflicts that have been stuck in stalemate. In relationships, your energy sparkles like champagne bubbles, making others feel both comfortable and excited to be near you. But there is also a caution here. With Venus amplifying both your appeal and your desire to please, you may find yourself caught in indecision, torn between options, not wanting to disappoint anyone. The danger is not in lack of charm but in lack of clarity. If you can commit to what truly aligns with your heart instead of waiting endlessly on the scales to balance themselves, you'll turn your natural magnetism into lasting success. Today reminds you that charm opens doors, but decisiveness determines which ones you step through. Druid Horoscope. The olive tree is your druidic guide today, a tree revered for its association with peace, healing, and reconciliation. In ancient times, the olive branch was offered as a symbol of truce, a gesture to end wars and restore harmony. Today, this symbolism moves through you, Libra, as you take on the role of peacemaker. Tension may rise around you, in work, in family, or in friendships, but your natural ability to mediate and soothe will shine. The olive tree teaches that peace doesn't always come from avoiding conflict but from leaning into it with empathy and wisdom, diffusing its heat until resolution becomes possible. When you listen without judgment, others feel safe enough to lower their defenses. When you remind them of shared humanity, grudges loosen. The olive tree whispers a truth you already sense. Your gift is not only in balancing scales for yourself, but in showing others that balance is possible, even when they've forgotten how to seek it. Vedic Horoscope. Swati Nakshatra's influence surrounds you today, amplifying your independence and sense of individuality. This nakshatra is symbolized by a young shoot blowing freely in the wind, reminding you of the importance of flexibility, adaptability, and self-reliance. While you thrive in partnerships and love the harmony of connection, Swati encourages you to remember that balance also requires self-anchoring. Today is a day to celebrate your own independence, to recognize that your worth is not diminished when you stand alone. Professionally, this means trusting your vision and your voice, even if others disagree. In relationships, this means recognizing that your love is strongest when it flows from wholeness, not from need. Swati teaches that freedom doesn't weaken bonds, it strengthens them, because it ensures they are chosen, not clung to. Flower Horoscope. The daisy blooms for you today, a flower of simplicity, innocence, and clarity. Its bright petals remind you that not everything has to be complicated. Sometimes the truest expression of beauty is the simplest. The daisy's message is to strip away unnecessary weight. Don't overthink every conversation. Don't burden every decision with fear of mistakes. Keep things light. In relationships, this flower encourages laughter, joy, and the ease of simply being together without performance. Professionally, the daisy reminds you to communicate directly and openly, trusting that clarity is far more effective than elaborate words or strategies. Its purity mirrors your desire for fairness, urging you to live today with honesty and ease. Stone horoscope. Lapis lazuli is your stone of the day, deep and luminous like the night sky, threaded with golden flecks that resemble stars. This stone deepens your ability to communicate authentically and strengthens harmony in your interactions. Wearing or holding lapis encourages truth, not only truth spoken, but truth received. It helps you articulate your thoughts with elegance, cutting through confusion without sharpness. In relationships, lapis opens the throat chakra, making it easier to express affection, gratitude, and needs in a way that fosters understanding instead of tension. In professional spaces, it sharpens your negotiation skills, ensuring that your charm is backed by substance. It reminds you that the most beautiful harmony is not surface-level peace, but the kind of unity built on honesty and respect. Numerology. The number 5 pulses strongly through the day, bringing movement, change, and opportunities for exploration. For you, Libra, this means the day is perfect for stepping outside of the routines that keep you locked in indecision. A short trip, a social gathering, or even a spontaneous conversation could open new doors or shift your perspective in meaningful ways. The energy of 5 is restless, adventurous, and filled with possibility. It asks you not to remain still, but to let the winds of chance carry you into fresh experiences. Today's encounters may seem small, a chance meeting, a friendly chat, a minor detour, but under the vibration of 5, even little moments can grow into significant turning points. Be flexible, be open, and trust that movement itself is the teacher today. Scorpio, October 23rd to November 21st. Western astrology. Pluto, your ruler, stirs transformation in every corner of your life today. Emotional depth rises like a tide, and with it comes a heightened awareness of secrets, shadows, and hidden truths. You may find that long-buried emotions surface unexpectedly, demanding to be acknowledged and healed. This can feel overwhelming, but it is also an opportunity for liberation. Professionally, breakthroughs are possible if you embrace change instead of resisting it. A situation that once felt stagnant may suddenly shift, offering you the chance to rebuild stronger foundations. This is not a day for superficiality or half measures. Pluto insists on depth, honesty, and courage. In relationships, passion runs hot, but so does intensity. You may feel drawn to deeper conversations, probing questions, or even confessions. While this can create vulnerability, it can also build profound intimacy if handled with care. The cosmos urges you to lean into transformation. It is not here to destroy you, but to refine you into a truer version of yourself. Druid horoscope. The cypress is your druidic guide today, a tree associated with mourning, resilience, and renewal. The Celts saw the cypress as a reminder that endings are not failures but natural parts of life's cycle. Today, the cypress speaks directly to you, Scorpio, asking you to release something heavy that you've been carrying for too long. It may be grief, resentment, or an old identity that no longer serves you. Letting go is never easy, but the cypress teaches that release is necessary for renewal. Just as the tree sheds its leaves to conserve strength, so too must you shed what drains your spirit. The cypress does not diminish your strength, it deepens it, reminding you that resilience is not about holding on to everything but about knowing what to let go. Vedic horoscope. Anuradha Nakshatra governs your energy today, favoring loyalty, friendship, and the cultivation of bonds that empower rather than drain. This nakshatra carries the energy of devotion and partnership, teaching that the relationships you nurture now will shape your path forward. Today is the day to focus on the people who inspire, uplift, and walk beside you with authenticity. Let go of connections that take without giving, that cloud your clarity, or that bind you in cycles of negativity. Anuradha teaches you that loyalty is not about blind devotion but about mutual growth. Spiritually, this nakshatra invites you to deepen your commitment to your higher self, reminding you that true loyalty begins within. Flower horoscope. The geranium blooms in your chart today, a flower long associated with protection, hidden passion, and emotional resilience. Its petals radiate quiet strength, shielding the heart while still allowing warmth and love to shine through. The geranium reminds you that passion is not always loud and obvious. Sometimes it hides beneath layers of restraint, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. Today, you may feel an urge to protect your vulnerability, but the geranium teaches that strength and passion can coexist with tenderness. This flower encourages you to embrace your depth without fear, knowing that authenticity is its own form of protection. Stone horoscope. Obsidian, dark and reflective, is your stone today. Formed from volcanic fire, it carries the energy of transformation, protection, and truth. Obsidian shields you from negativity, both external and internal, acting as a mirror that shows you what lies beneath the surface. When emotions rise today, obsidian helps you confront them directly without drowning in their intensity. It grounds you in clarity, reminding you that shadows are not enemies but teachers. Carry it or meditate with it if you feel overwhelmed, and let its strength remind you that transformation is always possible. Numerology. The number 5 vibrates with adventure, freedom, and exploration, and for you, Scorpio, this energy channels inward. While others may express 5's restlessness through travel or social interaction, you are invited to embark on an adventure of emotional exploration. Instead of running from change, dive into it. Ask yourself difficult questions. Explore the corners of your heart you usually avoid. The number 5 teaches you that discovery isn't only external. The greatest journeys are often internal. If you lean into this vibration, today can become a turning point, a moment when curiosity leads you not just to knowledge but to transformation. Sagittarius, November 22nd to December 21st. Western astrology. Jupiter, your expansive and benevolent ruling planet, radiates through your chart today, magnifying everything it touches. You may feel an insatiable pull toward bigger ideas, larger goals, and dreams that stretch far beyond your current horizon. Visions of travel stir your imagination, whether it's daydreaming about a far-off destination, researching cultures you've never explored, or planning an adventure that awakens your spirit of discovery. If literal travel isn't possible right now, the same Jupiterian energy finds expression in study, philosophy, or spiritual practice. Books, documentaries, lectures, or even casual conversations may feel like keys unlocking new doors in your mind. You're hungry for wisdom that takes you out of the ordinary and connects you to something vast, something meaningful. A mentor figure could also appear, someone whose words act as a compass pointing toward your next stage of growth. This presence may be subtle, perhaps a teacher, a colleague, or even a stranger whose perspective alters your own. The universe places guides in our path when we are ready to listen, and today your ears and heart are wide open. Professionally, expansion could mean opportunities abroad, cross-cultural collaborations, or projects that challenge you to think globally rather than locally. In love, the fiery optimism of Jupiter fills your interactions with warmth and generosity, but it also warns against scattering your energy. Dreams and ideas are glorious, Sagittarius, but they gain power only when you anchor them with intention. Druid horoscope. The ash tree extends its influence into your life today, and with it comes a reminder of growth, interconnectedness, and wisdom that stretches outward like roots and branches. In Druidic lore, the ash was seen as a bridge between worlds, the earthly and the spiritual, the known and the unknown. Today, you embody this energy as your insights and enthusiasm ripple out into the lives of others. Your wisdom is not meant to remain locked inside. It is meant to branch out, touch others, and inspire collective growth. When you share your knowledge, your stories, or even your laughter, you create a network of connection that resembles the ash's sprawling roots. This is a day to reach beyond yourself, to teach, to guide, to encourage. The ash tree also symbolizes rebirth and resilience, reminding you that your growth is ongoing, and even challenges you've faced become the fertile ground from which new wisdom springs. Stand tall like the ash today, Sagittarius, and let your branches spread wide enough to shelter others. Vedic horoscope, Mula Nakshatra governs your energy now, and its lesson is as deep as its name suggests. In Sanskrit, Mula means root, and this nakshatra calls you to dig beneath the surface, to explore the hidden motivations driving your choices. On the surface, you may crave adventure, knowledge, or freedom, but what is at the root of these desires? Is it the search for meaning? The need to escape? The urge to discover who you really are? Today asks you not to skim the surface of your dreams but to dig down into their foundation. In doing so, you will find clarity about what truly matters to you and what actions are worth pursuing. This is not always comfortable, for Mula also exposes illusions. It may reveal that some goals you've chased were distractions, not true callings. But once illusions are cleared away, what remains is authentic and powerful. Spiritually, Mula is a nakshatra of truth-seeking, inviting you to pull back the layers of habit, culture, or fear that keep you from your core. The question is simple but profound: what is your real motivation? Flower horoscope. The carnation blossoms in your horoscope today, radiating the symbolism of lasting affection, devotion, and enduring love. Unlike fleeting blooms, carnations endure, their petals holding form and fragrance longer than many flowers. This endurance mirrors your own ability to carry affection across time and distance. Today, the carnation whispers that your relationships, both romantic and platonic, are not measured in fleeting moments but in consistent devotion. Someone may reach out today, reminding you of a bond that has lasted despite distance or time apart. Alternatively, you may feel a call to express affection to someone who has been steady in your life, someone whose loyalty deserves acknowledgement. The carnation encourages you to celebrate these bonds of durability, to see that true love, in all its forms, is less about constant fireworks and more about the steady flame that never extinguishes. Stone horoscope. Turquoise is your stone today, a gem revered across cultures for its ability to guide seekers toward truth, wisdom, and protection. Its soothing blue-green hues carry the energy of sky and water, reminding you that truth flows when you allow openness and movement. Turquoise guards against negativity, especially when you step into unknown territory, making it the perfect ally for your adventurous spirit. When carried, worn, or meditated upon, it enhances communication, honesty, and intuition, allowing you to speak and act in alignment with your deepest values. For Sagittarius, whose thirst for knowledge sometimes races ahead of grounded clarity, turquoise serves as both compass and shield. It asks you to journey boldly but also to protect your spirit as you do. Numerology. The number 5 resonates vibrantly with your free-spirited energy, creating a day filled with movement, spontaneity, and possibility. It is a number of freedom and change, a vibration that aligns perfectly with your natural rhythm. Today, you may feel an impulse to try something new, to accept an unexpected invitation, or to chase an idea that sparks like lightning. Normally, others might call such impulses distractions, but for you, Sagittarius, they are often the gateways to adventure. The numerology of 5 teaches that sometimes the smallest detours become the greatest journeys. A sudden conversation could turn into a mentorship, a short trip could open your heart to a new passion, or a whimsical decision could reshape your trajectory entirely. Trust this number today. Let it carry you, let it remind you that your life expands not by playing it safe but by saying yes to the unexpected. Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19th. Western astrology. Saturn, your steady and disciplined ruler, usually drives you with its weight of structure, responsibility, and long-term vision. But today its energy nudges you gently to pause, reminding you that constant striving is not the only path to success. Work progresses slowly but steadily now, and though you may feel impatience rising, the stars advise patience. Each step, though small, lays bricks in the foundation of something lasting. Resist the urge to rush or to demand immediate results. This is a day to honor process over speed. In relationships, Saturn's usual sternness softens, and gentleness becomes more valuable than rules or structure. Your loved ones do not need plans, strategies, or lectures. They need presence, warmth, and the reassurance of your quiet steadiness. If you allow yourself to relax control, you may find connection deepening in surprising ways. Professionally, your persistence is rewarded, but today the reward is not dramatic. It is the quiet satisfaction of progress that may only reveal its significance in time. Druid horoscope. The elm tree extends its dignified presence over you today, embodying order, calm, and leadership rooted in wisdom. In Druidic tradition, the elm was admired for its graceful structure, towering yet balanced, commanding respect without arrogance. Today, you are asked to embody this quality, Capricorn. Others may look to you in moments of confusion or stress, expecting you to bring order where there is chaos. Your calm leadership has the power to anchor, to soothe, and to restore direction. The elm tree teaches that dignity is not about dominance but about presence, about the ability to hold yourself with composure even when winds blow strongly. If you channel this, your influence will expand, not because you force it, but because others will trust your steadiness instinctively. Vedic horoscope. Shravana Nakshatra illuminates your path now, and its symbolism is deeply tied to listening, learning, and absorbing wisdom. Today, your greatest power lies not in speaking but in paying attention, not just to words, but to silences, pauses, and the emotions unspoken between them. In professional settings, this heightened awareness may allow you to uncover hidden opportunities, to sense shifts before they happen, or to understand a colleague's needs before they articulate them. In relationships, Shravana asks you to listen deeply to loved ones, not just with your ears but with your heart. Sometimes the truth of a person is communicated through what they withhold, and today you are given the ability to hear those subtler layers. Spiritually, Shravana reminds you that wisdom is received before it is shared. To be a great teacher or leader, you must first be a profound listener. Flower horoscope. Ivy winds its way into your energy today, symbolizing loyalty, perseverance, and the ability to endure through time and trial. Unlike flowers that bloom briefly, ivy clings, climbs, and weaves itself into the fabric of its surroundings. For you, Capricorn, this reflects your natural dedication to commitments and your gift for building connections that last. Today, ivy reminds you to honor the relationships and projects that have grown over time, the ones that prove their worth not in a day but over years. Loyalty is your strength, and ivy affirms that what you remain devoted to will continue to thrive. Its message is also about adaptability. Ivy finds its way around obstacles, winding upward regardless of the structures in its path. Let this inspire you to persist with grace, finding new ways forward instead of resisting barriers. Stone horoscope. Garnet shines for you today, pulsing with endurance, grounding, and fiery ambition. Its deep red energy fuels your determination while anchoring you in stability. When your responsibilities weigh heavily, garnet revitalizes your spirit, reminding you that persistence is power. Professionally, it grounds ambition so that your drive does not burn you out but sustains you for the long journey. In love, garnet infuses passion into loyalty, reminding you that stability and excitement can coexist. Carry or wear it today as a reminder that you can endure challenges without losing your spark. Numerology. The number 5 infuses the day with its restless, flexible energy, offering you a chance to step out of rigid routines. Normally, you thrive with structure and plans, Capricorn, but today the cosmos invites you to loosen your grip. Don't cling too tightly to schedules or expectations, allow detours. A plan that shifts may lead you somewhere better, and an unplanned opportunity may spark growth where you least expect it. The lesson of 5 is adaptability, the ability to bend without breaking, to pivot without fear. For you, this is a reminder that discipline and flexibility are not opposites but partners, and today your success lies in embracing both. Aquarius, January 20th to February 18th. Western astrology. Uranus, your unpredictable and electrifying ruler, stirs the cosmic pot today, sending sparks of surprise into your orbit. This is not a day of routine but of sudden revelations, the kind that can shift your perspective in ways you didn't anticipate. A message may arrive out of nowhere, a text from someone you haven't heard from in years, an email that changes the trajectory of your work, or an encounter in passing that leaves you with new ideas that refuse to let go. These surprises aren't accidents. They are the universe's way of shaking you out of comfort zones and reminding you that innovation thrives on disruption. At work, you may feel lightning strike in the form of a bold idea or unconventional solution. Others may call it strange, but for you, Aquarius, strangeness is often genius in disguise. In love, expect energy that's playful, spontaneous, even a little chaotic. A plan may shift suddenly, but go with it. What seems inconvenient at first may become memorable. Uranus teaches you that the greatest discoveries come not from what you plan, but from what catches you off guard and forces you to see the world through a different lens. Druid horoscope. The poplar tree rises in your druidic forecast today, tall, slender, and eternally reaching toward the sky. Associated with courage and aspiration, the poplar whispers to you that the leap you've been postponing, the risk you've been hesitating to take, is calling again. Perhaps you've been standing at the edge of change, analyzing the unknown, wondering if you're ready. The poplar says, leap. Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear, but the willingness to act even when fear lingers. The Celts saw the poplar as a symbol of resilience and spiritual striving, always aiming higher, always stretching toward the heavens. Today, embody that same energy. Whether it's speaking your truth in a difficult conversation, launching an idea you've been nurturing in secret, or taking the first step toward a long-held dream, the poplar encourages you to move. Growth doesn't happen in hesitation, it blossoms in action. Vedic horoscope. Shatabhisha Nakshatra influences you now, and its energy is uniquely aligned with your Aquarian spirit. This nakshatra is associated with healing, innovation, and the uncovering of hidden truths. Today is ideal for brainstorming, creating, or working on projects that benefit others on a collective scale. You may feel drawn toward humanitarian acts, whether through volunteering, supporting a cause, or simply offering your time and insight to someone in need. Spiritually, Shatabhisha opens the door for inner healing, confronting wounds, uncovering illusions, and seeking clarity. It is a nakshatra of both solitude and service, reminding you that your power lies not only in what you do for yourself but in what you create for the world. This is a day when inspiration strikes in unexpected flashes, so keep a notebook close, or at the very least, stay open to ideas that might feel strange at first. Those flashes could hold the key to long-term growth. Flower horoscope. The orchid blooms in your horoscope today, symbolizing uniqueness, rarity, and mystery. Unlike ordinary flowers that reveal everything at a glance, the orchid draws people in with its delicate yet otherworldly beauty, leaving them curious to know more. Today, you embody that same quality. Your uniqueness shines, and others may find themselves captivated by your unconventional perspective. The orchid reminds you that you don't have to fit in or explain yourself fully. Mystery has its own allure. It is a flower of refinement and resilience, able to flourish in environments where others might struggle. This mirrors your own ability to thrive on the edges of what's familiar, in places where innovation and experimentation flourish. Let your distinctiveness lead the way today, Aquarius, for it is your difference, not your conformity, that makes you magnetic. Stone horoscope. Amethyst vibrates strongly with you now, offering both protection and clarity for your unconventional spirit. Known as a stone of spiritual awareness and calm, amethyst shields you from negativity while amplifying your inner vision. For Aquarius, whose mind often races with bold and unusual ideas, amethyst serves as a grounding influence, ensuring that your brilliance doesn't become scattered chaos. It also sharpens intuition, making it easier to distinguish between fleeting distractions and inspired guidance. Carry or wear it today to maintain focus while exploring the unexpected. Amethyst also encourages you to trust your unique perspective, even if others don't immediately understand it. Protection, clarity, and validation all flow through this stone, helping you honor the wild spark of Uranus without being overwhelmed by it. Numerology. The number 5 multiplies your craving for freedom today, sending restless energy through your day and encouraging you to embrace unpredictability. It is the number of change, adventure, and exploration, And for you, Aquarius, it feels like permission to break from the ordinary. Expect the unexpected, whether in the form of sudden invitations, shifts in plans, or revelations that alter your trajectory. Instead of resisting, lean into the surprises, knowing they carry lessons and opportunities hidden within. The vibration of 5 doesn't want you tied down, it wants you to experience life as a series of unfolding discoveries. If you let it, today's unpredictability won't feel like chaos at all, it will feel like freedom. Pisces, February 19th to March 20th. Western astrology, Neptune, your mystical and dreamy ruler, casts a shimmering glow over your day, fueling your imagination and inviting you into worlds of art, spirituality, and fantasy. This is the kind of day when creativity flows like water, spilling over into everything you touch. Your dreams last night may have carried messages, and your waking visions may feel so vivid they blur the lines between reality and imagination. This is a perfect time for art, whether painting, writing, music, or even simply daydreaming with intention. Work, however, may feel foggy. Deadlines and details can slip through your fingers like mist if you force them. Instead of pushing, trust your intuition. Your inner compass is sharper than logic today, guiding you toward what truly matters even when clarity seems elusive. In relationships, Neptune's influence enhances empathy and romance, making shared moments feel enchanted, but it also warns against illusions. See with your heart, but don't ignore reality. Neptune teaches you that your imagination is not an escape, it is a bridge to higher truths, if you let it guide you wisely. Druid horoscope, the willow tree sways gracefully in your chart today, a symbol of sensitivity, adaptability, and intuition. The Celts saw the willow as deeply connected to lunar energy and the flow of emotions, embodying the gift of flexibility in the face of life's currents. Today, your empathy becomes a gift, not a burden. Where others may struggle to understand the emotions swirling around them, you feel them instinctively, sensing the unsaid and holding space for what others cannot express. The willow reminds you that bending is not weakness, it is resilience. By moving with the wind instead of against it, you find strength in sensitivity. Let your adaptability lead you today, whether in relationships, where listening deeply may heal someone, or in work, where responding fluidly to change can turn challenge into opportunity. Vedic horoscope, Revati Nakshatra blesses you now, amplifying your compassion, gentleness, and generosity. Known as the star of nourishment and protection, Revati enhances your ability to care for others and to walk a path of service. Today, you may feel a strong pull toward volunteering, helping, or simply offering your presence to someone in need. This nakshatra reminds you that compassion is not just a feeling but an action, one that can transform both the giver and the receiver. In professional spaces, Revati inspires you to support your colleagues with patience and empathy, creating an environment where trust and cooperation thrive. Spiritually, this is an ideal time for practices that deepen your connection to the divine, meditation, prayer, or any act that aligns you with your higher self. Revati teaches you that your gentleness is not fragility, it is strength, and it is your greatest gift to the world. Flower horoscope, the water lily floats serenely into your horoscope today, symbolizing purity, serenity, and hidden depths. Rising from muddy waters to bloom in luminous beauty, the water lily reflects your ability to transform challenges into wisdom. Today, this flower encourages you to embrace the stillness beneath the surface of your emotions. You may feel layers of depth within yourself, some of which others never see, but that is your strength. Like the water lily, you hold beauty above while your roots anchor deeply in unseen places. The water lily reminds you that serenity does not mean the absence of struggle, it means rising above it with grace. Stone horoscope, aquamarine glows as your guiding stone today, radiating calm, clarity, and emotional healing. Its oceanic hues align perfectly with your Piscean essence, soothing waves of emotion while sharpening your inner vision. Aquamarine encourages you to speak your truth gently but clearly, releasing fears that keep your voice hidden. It also dissolves emotional fog, helping you see through illusions and return to clarity. Carry or wear this stone as you navigate the day. it will act as a steadying current beneath the waves of Neptune's dreamy influence, keeping you grounded while still allowing your imagination to soar. Numerology. The number 5 opens doors for you today, Pisces, and its vibration channels your energy into exploration of new spiritual practices. This is the number of freedom and change, and for you, it manifests as freedom of the soul. You may feel drawn to try meditation, journaling, music, or any practice that allows you to connect with your inner depths. These experiments may seem small, but under the influence of 5, they can unlock profound insight. The number invites you to let go of rigid expectations of what spirituality should look like and instead embrace curiosity. Today, you are not bound to one path. You are free to explore many, and in doing so, you may stumble upon a practice that feels like home to your spirit.